eto, pakinggan natin etong nakita natin mismong pag-uusap ni President BBM at saka po ni President Donald Trump, dahil meron pong nabanggit mga kababayan dito si President Donald Trump na ikagagalit ng mga DD shit. Kasi parang naitanong kasi dito mga kababayan kung paano babalansehin ni PBBM yung mangyayaring bilateral summit ata yun. Pakitama na lamang po ako kung ako po ay mali, sa pagitan ng China at ng Pilipinas, at kung paano babalansehin yung ugnayan naman ng Pilipinas dito po sa Amerika mga kababayan. So eto, i-play po natin mga kababayan na itong nakita po nating meeting ni PBBM dito po kay President Donald Trump ng US. Ano po, i-play na po natin.
Honor to have you. We're going to talk about trade today, and we're very close to finishing a trade deal, big trade deal actually. And we do a lot of business with you. It's a lot of a lot of income coming in for both groups. But I was surprised to see the kind of numbers. They're very big, and they're going to get bigger under what we're doing and what we're proposing. And I just want to thank you for being with us. It's a great honor. You and your representative. It's really a great honor. We have a big announcement. AstraZeneca, the big drug company, is going to spend $50 billion. Just announced $50 billion in the United States in order to build.
Ay, Ate Aileen Adrenon, mega love shoutout po, Unity Clan.
Various places all over the country, big manufacturing plants, pharmaceutical plants all over the country. So that's an honor. And he said they did that because of the election and because of the fact that the tariffs are placed. So they're building their facilities in New York. $50 billion. That's a big investment. And it's going to be a very good investment. I have no doubt about it. So thank you to AstraZeneca. And with that, I'd like to have you say a few words, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Of course, we're all very happy to be here to once again reaffirm the very strong ties between the Philippines and the United States. Ties that go back over 100 years. And considering the context in which we live these days, especially in my part of the world, this has evolved into as important a relationship as is possible to have. We must remember that the United States is our only treaty partner in the Philippines, and that has
Kasi aminin man natin or hindi mga kababayan, pinakamatibay po nating kaalyado ngayon ang Amerika mga kababayan pagdating sa usapin ng seguridad ng Pilipinas. Lalo na kung titingnan nyo mga kababayan, di ba, sa agawa ng teritoryo ng China at ng Pilipinas mga kababayan, Amerika po yung isa sa tumutulong sa atin at nagtuturo at nagsasanay sa ating mga kusundulahan kung paano idepensa yung ating mga teritoryo mga kababayan. Kaya nga ang China nagdadalawang isip na mambule mga kababayan dyan po sa West Philippine Sea. Kasi nga, alam ng China na kaalyado po natin ang Amerika. Ano po ngayon, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Stood us in good stead over the years through
Tsaka take note nga pala mga kababayan, ng Amerika, nung naging kaalyado po natin sila, hindi po sila katulad ng China na kahit kaalyado natin, binubule yung ating mga mangingisda sa mismong teritoryo po natin. Hindi katulad nung panahon ni dating Pangulong Duterte, di ba, kung matatandaan nyo, kahit kaalyado natin ng China, binubule yung ating mga mangingisda dyan po sa West Philippine Sea. So etong Amerika, nung naging kaalyado natin mga kababayan, walang ginagawa na katulad nung ginagawa ng China doon po sa ating mga mangingisda. Bagkos ang ginagawa ng Amerika, tinutulungan ng Pilipinas para maprotektahan yung teritoryo po natin. Ano po ngayon, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Certainly through the Second World War and the cultural memory of all Filipinos, down to even the school children, is that our strongest, closest, most reliable ally has always been the United States. That is something that we value, that we are grateful for, and that we will continue to foster as we go on. With the leadership of
yan ba yung addict na sinasabi nila?
I'm very confident that we will be able to achieve that. I think it is worthwhile to remember that it was President Trump who, in his first term, characterized the relationship between the Philippines and the United States as ironclad. That has been necessarily the case since that time that you made that statement, sir. And it is something that the Philippines will always hold close to its heart. Thank you once again, and we are honored, and it is our great pleasure to be here and to visit with the President of the United States. Thank you, sir.
It's my great honor.
Biruin nyo? Diba?
Mr. President.
Sa tingin nyo mga kababayan, eto akat muna natin dyan. Sa tingin nyo, pag naging presidente kaya si Sara Duterte, kaya niya kayang gawin yung ginagawa ni Presidente Marcos dito? Kaya niyang kausapin ng ganito si President Donald Trump? Kaya ni Sara Duterte na magpaliwanag mga kababayan ng katulad ng ginagawa ni PBBM ngayon dito? Eh di ba sinasabi ng mga kritiko ng administrasyon ni PBBM na hindi daw po marunong magsalita ng dire-diretso itong si PBBM dahil gumagamit nga daw po ng ipinagbabawal na bato. Pero kung titingnan nyo mga kababayan, kapag ka nasa ganitong klase ng sitwasyon si PBBM, kita nyo naman kung gaano katalino ng ating presidente. Sa tingin nyo, kaya ni Sara Duterte na gawin yung ginagawa ni PBBM dito? Siyempre hindi. Kasi alam naman po natin yung limitasyon ng utak ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Di ba? Ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Do you think that
Lalo na dito sa tanong dito mga kababayan medyo mahirap yan kung iintindihin. Kung katulad ni Sara Duterte yung tinatanong.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell should resign?
I think he's doing a bad job, but he's going to be out pretty soon anyway. In eight months he'll be out. But I call him too late. He's too late all the time. He should have lowered interest rates many times. Europe lowered their rate 10 times. We lowered ours none. And it's causing a problem for people that want to buy a home. Look, our economy is so strong now, we're blowing through everything. We're setting records. You know that, you see that. And whether it's the Philippines or anyone else, we're setting records at levels that nobody's ever seen before. But you know what?
Tama!
People aren't able to buy a house because this guy is a numbskull. He keeps the rates too high and probably doing it for political reasons. The only time I remember him cutting rates, I mean, he cut the rates just before the election to try and help Kamala or whoever he was trying to help. He probably didn't know. And he's building a building. He's $2.7 billion. They have a $900 million overrun. What is that? And that was given by Biden. That was another Biden deal. And this guy's building this building that's severely overrun. And what does he need the building for? Why does he need space for more people? So they did a big study the other day, and they called all of the great intellects and the great economists and all of the great everything. And it was 71, and only 2 got it right. Me and another gentleman that happens to be very smart. 69 people got it wrong, and the Fed got it wrong, more wrong than anybody. And you know, he has these think tanks, and they build buildings for people that think. And it's really not thinking. It's a little bit of combination of thinking, but it's something you sort of have or you don't have. They don't. The job he's done is just terrible. He ought to raise interest rates. You know, we should be at 1%. We should be leading the world.
Pakinggan natin yung tanong kay PBBM kasi tatanungin si PBBM mga kababayan dito, and then makikita nyo kung gaano kagaling ng presidente nating sumagot.
Instead, we're paying 4%. And if you look at what that means, that's over $1 trillion in interest that we have to pay. That with the striking of a pen, we would be saving more than $1 trillion. Is that right, Scott?
Yes,
Do you have anything to say about it?
Yes, sir. I called yesterday and this morning for the Fed to do a big internal investigation to understand not their monetary policy, but everything else. The Fed has had big mission creep, and that's where a lot of the spending's going. That's why they're building these new or refurbishing these buildings. And I think they got to stay in their lane. And I think that based on the way they cut rates last fall, they should be cutting rates now.
It's inconceivable. I know the Fed very well that they can be spending $2.7 billion to build a building. They don't do anything. It's the greatest job. You show up one day, a half a day, you make a little speech, the economy's doing well, the economy's not doing well, we're going to raise interest. And he's got it wrong. That's why I call him too late, T-O-O, too late. And it's really too bad. But it is affecting people that want to buy houses, and that shouldn't happen.
And Mr. President,
And you know, he should lower them.
Yeah.
Those rates should be 3 points lower. That's what they should be, 3 points lower, maybe more than that.
Mr. President, I would like to ask both for you,
Yes.
one person. Mr. President Marcos, next year, Philippines is going to be the rotating chair of ASEAN. I wonder how do you plan to balance your relationship between the United States and China? And for President Trump,
Ang tanong mga kababayan paano ni PBBM mababalance yung relationship ng Pilipinas sa China at saka relationship ng Pilipinas sa Amerika? So pakinggan niyo yung sagot ni PBBM.
Kremlin yesterday said if you are going to Beijing in September, they wouldn't rule out a meeting between you and President Putin. Is such a meeting possible? And how soon do you plan to visit China?
Well, we have a lot of meetings possible. President Xi has invited me to China, and we'll probably be doing that in the not too distant future. A little bit out, but not too distant. And I've been invited by a lot of people, and we'll make those decisions pretty soon. Please.
Yan.
As you as you say, we are chairing ASEAN for 2026. There is no need, in a sense, to balance, as you characterize it, to balance our relationship within the United States and China, simply because our foreign policy is an independent one.
Tama! Kasi mga kababayan, sa totoo lang, hindi naman kailangan ng gobyerno natin na balansehin yung relasyon ng Pilipinas sa China at saka sa Amerika. Alam niyo kung bakit? May sarili po tayong foreign policy. May independent tayo mga kababayan. Hindi tayo sunod-sunuran sa China and then hindi rin tayo sunod-sunuran sa Amerika. Kumbaga, kaaliyansa lang natin etong Amerika mga kababayan at matibay natin silang kaalyado. Pero hindi nangangahulugan na sunod-sunuran ng Pilipinas doon. So ngayon, hindi tayo katulad ng Duterte administration na pag sinabi ni Xi Jinping na wag mong ituloy yung ginagawa mo dyan sa West Philippines ang sasabihin lang ng presidente, ano po ang gusto ninyong mangyari Mr. President? Eh di ba gano'n nung panahon ni dating Pangulong Duterte, kapag ka naggagalit-galitan si Xi Jinping, ano yung sinasagot ni dating Pangulong Duterte? Ano po ang gusto nyong gawin namin Mr. President? So sa panahon ni PBBM, hindi natin kailangan balansihin kasi may sarili po tayong foreign policy. Ano po ngayon, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
And we are essentially concerned with the defense of our territory,
Tama!
the exercise of our sovereign rights. Now, whether we do this not alone, we need to do this with our partners. And again, our strongest partner has always been the United States. But of course, we are trying to form coalitions and multilateral relations so that we, those like-minded nations who share the same values as we do, who hew to international law, most specifically the UNCLOS, present that position very clearly to anyone who has intentions of unilaterally changing the world order, and that is how we are guided in that.
And I don't mind if he gets along with China, because we're getting along with China very well. We have a very good relationship. In fact, the magnets, which is a little complex piece of material, but the magnets are coming out, very well. They're sending them in record numbers. We're getting along with China very well, and I don't mind if the president dealt with China. If that's meant, because I think he has to do what's right for his country. I've always said, make the Philippines great again. Do whatever you need to do, but if you're dealing with China wouldn't bother me at all.
Diba mga kababayan? Biruin nyo kasi alam niyo ang problema, ang nagpapalala lang kasi ng issue, especially dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga DD-shit. Pinapalabas nila mga kababayan na ang Amerika at saka Pilipinas inaaway yung China, which is hindi naman po totoo. Kasi maliwanag naman, ang sinasabi dito ni Donald Trump mga kababayan, wala silang pangit na relasyon dito po sa China. Gaya nga ng sabi ni Donald Trump pa nga dito, yung Pilipinas ay magiging great again. Diba? Pakinig nyo ba yung sinabi? Mga kababayan, kaya nga kung titingnan nyo, napakaganda ng relationship ng Pilipinas sa Amerika. Na hindi naman porket maganda yung relationship natin sa Amerika mga kababayan, inaaway na po natin ang China. Maliwanag naman po kasi ang mandato ni PBBM. Lagi naman po sinasabi ng presidente, kaibiganin yung lahat at iwasang magkaroon ng kaaway. At porket hindi naman porket mga kababayan nagdidepensa tayo ng teritoryo, inaaway na po natin ang China. Wala pong ganon. So kung titingnan nyo, maganda rin yung paliwanag dito ni President Donald Trump. Maliwanag mga kababayan na hindi tayo nakikipag-away sa China kahit ang Amerika hindi po nakikipag-away sa China.
It is something that we have to do in any case. Yeah. Certainly.
Ayan. Cut na natin dyan mga kababayan. Napakasarap pakinggan nung sinabi dito ni Donald Trump. Nasaan yun? Ulitin natin ng konti ha. Ano yung sabi niya dito? Yung Philippines will make great again.
Material. But the magnets are coming out very well. They're sending them in record numbers. We're getting along with China very well. And I don't mind if the president dealt with China, if that's meant, because I think he has to do what's right for his country. I've always said, make the Philippines great again. Do whatever you need to do, but
diba?
If you're dealing with China wouldn't bother me at all.
No, well, it is something that we have to do in any case. Yeah. Certainly.
Do you support, Mr. President?
Kita niyo yun mga kababayan. Kasi maliwanag naman, hindi naman tayo nakikipagtalo sa China, hindi rin nakikipagtalo ang Amerika sa China mga kababayan. In fact, wala nang pakialam ang Amerika kung makipag-trade tayo, makipag-deal tayo sa China. Kasi ang gusto mangyari naman ng Amerika, napakadali naman eh. Ang gusto mangyari ng Amerika, maging maunlad ang bansang Pilipinas ulit. 'Di ba? Kita niyo mga kababayan, maging maayos, maging maunlad ang bansang Pilipinas ulit. O kahit ang Amerika mga kababayan ay kaalyado natin, ganun pa rin ang gustong mangyari ng Amerika, maging maunlad ang Pilipinas mga kababayan. At tingin ko naman, yung mga didisit lang naman ang may ayaw na mangyari po yun. Kaya nga pagdating dito sa Pilipinas, mga didisit lang naman yung nagpapakomplikado nung sitwasyon. Alam niyo kung bakit mga kababayan? Kasi pagka ang Pilipinas lumalapit sa Amerika, pinapalabas, inaaway ang China. Pero definitely mga kababayan, hindi naman po talaga nakikipag-away ang Amerika at ang Pilipinas sa China. So kita nyo, kung titingnan nyo napakagaling po ng presidente nating magpaliwanag. Unang-una, hindi natin kailangan balansihin yung relasyon natin sa China at saka po sa Amerika. Kasi unang-una, meron po tayong sariling foreign policy. At yun po mga kababayan, ang sinusunod po natin. Hindi po tayo nakadepende sa China, sa foreign policy ng China at sa foreign policy ng Amerika dahil may sarili po tayo na foreign policy mga kababayan. So magaling yung maliwanag po sa lahat. Kasi biruin nyo, sa totoo lang mga kababayan, napakahaba po nito. Pero ito lang yung unang parte na kinuha po natin mga kababayan dahil ito yung isa sa pinakamaganda na nakita po natin dito po sa pag-uusap ni President Donald Trump at saka po ni PBBM. Kasi maliwanag naman po yung mandato talaga ni PBBM na ang nais lamang po niya ay protektahan yung ating mga teritoryo, protektahan yung ating soberanya mga kababayan. Alam nyo, pagka si PBBM yung presidente natin, nakaka-proud maging Pilipino kasi ganito po kagaling yung presidente po natin.